What's up, y'all? Today I got Gregory Sams, young pop R&B sensation. Look, Gregory is on his way to the top. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
We in a familiar place to you, a studio.
Yeah.
You're only 20 years old.
Yeah.
How are you so sure that music is what you want to pursue?
First and foremost, the gift that I have is God-given. The talent is God-given. For me, music is love, and I believe our ultimate goal in life is to spread love. And if I can do it in that way, if that's the gift that I was given to do so, I'm gonna use it to the best of my ability.
Listen, I remember seeing you perform when I was in high school with your brothers. You had to be like 12 years old singing Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
When did you?
I'll be there to something.
Yeah, listen, you were killing it. When did you first decide that this is something that I really enjoy?
I think I decided maybe 12 or 13, but it was decided for me at like 7.
It was decided for you at 7. Is that when your family first realized, like, Gregory can sing?
I was at church and they had a solo, and one of my brothers was supposed to do it, and I think he was sick or something. And my aunt put me up in front of the congregation, and there it was. That was the start of everything.
So would you say church was like your first audience?
Church is the foundation of my music, period. My voice, my music, everything. Gospel and church is foundation for everything.
We mentioned that you would sing when I was in high school at our talent show with your group of brothers. What was it like growing up for you?
It was challenging but fun, and I mean, I am who I am today because of my experiences as a child, and I like who I am today. So being one of 8 children and no mother, no father, being raised by older relatives, and there was an imbalance in the house, you can say, lack of understanding, which you would think is normal in that type of situation.
And so would you say is music what you turn to?
Music probably saved me. Music saved me, I would say that,
Why is that?
So much of me dwells in music, and I put so much of myself into music that I get what I can't get from home, what I couldn't get at home. In return, it comes back to me in my music.
You seem so mature for a 20-year-old. Do you get that often?
I am, all the time.
You have like an old soul.
I've been told that before, yeah.
What are the type of artists that you enjoy listening to?
Whitney Houston.
See, old soul. I'm an old soul too.
Yeah.
Listen, yes, I want to hear Otis Redding and Marvin Gaye.
I don't go that far back.
No. So my taste is older than yours. Okay, so wait, who? Okay, continue your listing. Who?
Yeah, Whitney, Tevin, Luther. I guess it go far back. Dion.
Okay, see, you in the category with me.
It goes back.
Don't do that.
Yeah, Aretha, Shaka. The greats.
Tell me, what determines the subject matter of your song? Like, is it what you're going through at that moment, or just something that you've had on your mind?
Most of the time is something I'm going through in that moment, or it can be something that's on my mind, or it could be according to the beat. Sometimes the beat can speak. So if the beat is saying something, then I'll write along with the beat.
Yeah. What are some challenges you think that a lot of artists, maybe including yourself, are going through right now when you're starting off early on in the music industry?
Recognition, results. Because like you said, it's not overnight.
What is it that people should know about Gregory Sams? You said you didn't have an easy childhood. You love music. We know that. And you're extremely talented. You've been at it for a minute. But what else is it beneath the surface that people just don't know about you?
So obviously I can sing. I'm a musician, singer. But I think that something that's been lost in music today is that there should be a message in music. Whether it's hip-hop, pop, R&B, doesn't matter the genre, doesn't matter the beat, no matter what you're doing, there should be a message in what your music. And The thing that I think people should know about me is that a lot of my character lies within my music. And I consider myself to be a well-rounded, caring person. And I have a love for people in general.
I want to go back to when you said you were growing up. You said there was no mother and father in the household, and you relied on your siblings. What are some challenges that come with that?
A lot of challenges that come with that. You know, it's crucial, especially in today's, the climate of the world today, to have a mother and father. And when I was growing up, to have had a mother and father. And my brothers and sisters were all close-knitted in age. We all grew up around each other. So depending on each other, you might not get what you need.
Where do you fall in line if there's 8 of you?
I am the 6th. Yeah, I'm the 6th child. And
so sort of like the baby.
Sort of, yeah. And as you can imagine, attention falls way down the line. Considering I'm a 6th child. Because I was raised by my great-grandmother, who was 80-something at the time. So there's a big disconnect there between the generational difference. And that struggle alone was enough for me. I moved out at the age of 16. I had to get my own job at the age of 16. I had my own apartment at age 16, my own car at age 16.
But so you had to grow up fast.
I had to grow up very fast.
Okay, but why did you move out at age 16? Like, what was the deciding factor?
There were too many differences in the household, to the point
between you and your great-grandmother?
And my great-grandmother, yeah. Yeah. And it got to a point where I think I was in 6th grade at the time. And I've always been A, B student. And even in middle school, I was in a magnet middle school. And I had my grades dropped dramatically. It was a big change for me. I started to see changes in my personality, the way I was acting. I'm normally a happy-go-lucky person. And I saw myself losing a lot of that. So I made a decision to move out. I did my last 2 years, I did public school up until 10th grade, and then my last 2 years I did virtual school. I was working full-time, but all of that made me who I am today. So, and I love who I am today. A lot of that is why I'm able to extend so much of myself into music. So,
your brother Shank, he passed. I went to high school with him, and he was a result of a murder.
Right.
On the tragic side of that, how old were you when Shank got murdered?
I was 2014. I was 16 or 15. I was in, to be exact, I think I was in the 9th grade at the time, 8th grade at the time, and I was in PE. And I had my phone out. Someone called me. I think it was my sister, and just broke the news to me. And it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I think that was everyone's reaction. You couldn't believe it because it was him. And
how old was he?
He was 20, I believe. No, 19. 19 or 20. And just senseless. The fact that the fact that he got killed and that he was murdered, and the fact that it was him, shows that how senseless the killing is that's going on in our streets. And he was humble, not outspoken. But his spirit spoke. He wasn't outspoken, but his spirit spoke. He was the type of person that you wouldn't think to make a conversation with him, but because there was a vibe, there was something in his spirit that drew you to him, and you want to talk to him. You wanted to know who he was and what he was doing. Yeah, that's the type of person that he was. I think that caused a lot of destruction in my family. Like my grandmother, I think that my great-grandmother would still be alive today if he was alive. Her health failed for the worse when he passed, and she couldn't recover. My aunt, who raised all of my other brothers and sisters, she raised all of them. Sleepless nights now. It's because of it. Yeah, it took a toll on everyone.
Yeah. Were you having sleepless nights also?
I didn't. I think that by that time, I had already experienced so much of life that there was a certain understanding that I had to his death. I knew that I had to do, once he died, I had to do more.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do more.
Mm-hmm.
That I had to pursue music more.
Mm-hmm.
And that I really needed to get out and make a change for the better
Yeah.
in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm here trying to do today. My music for me isn't about money, it isn't about
Mm-hmm.
fame, it isn't about being a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to spread love and I want to make a difference in people's lives. That's what I want to do.
So you have your new single, Let It All Go.
Yep.
How did that come to you?
That's the first song that I've ever written. Prior to that, I didn't even want to write. But I was going through one of my little struggles. You know, everyone faces challenges.
Definitely.
And I had a few people in my ear at the time trying to influence me to write. And I was very against it. But at that moment, I remember I was by myself and I was on YouTube and I had just looked up beats. And then that was the first beat I hit. And I heard it and I'm like, the lyrics just came.
Mm-hmm.
I think I wrote that song in like half an hour.
What?
Half an hour, yeah.
The song has such like a nice mellow and true R&B vibe. Is that what you were going for?
Honestly, I wasn't going for anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like I said, when I hear beats, I think beats have their own tone and their own mood.
Mm-hmm.
So when I heard the beat, I just wrote to it. Whatever lyrics came and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I think I connect with the beat and then
Mm-hmm.
just right.
So how does one let it all go? So when they're putting this song on, the ultimate goal for them is really to just relax and just
Let it all go.
live in the present.
Yeah. Breathe. Let it all go. I mean, find your space. Find your space. It's really what the song is saying. Find your space. Relax. Nothing is that hard or that deep. No problem is that hard or that deep. I mean, think, figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
and move past it. But
Mm-hmm.
most importantly, take this moment and let it all go.
What are your fans saying about this song? Those who have heard it.
It's a mixed opinion. Some people like the groove of the song. Most people like the message of the song. Just a well-rounded song. That's what for most people it's a well-rounded song, much needed, and they want more.
Gregory, you're only 20 years old. You've endured so much. Looking at your journey, how would you sum it up?
God, really, because I do believe that nothing that you can't bear will be put on you, and that God will not give you
Right.
a problem that you can't fix,
Definitely.
something that you can't sort through. And I believe that everything that I've been through and that I'm going to go through is there for a reason, for me to grow, for me to understand,
Mm-hmm.
and for me to help whoever else along the way.
What's your ultimate goal? What does Gregory Sams want out of life?
Spread love. To spread love. Because I think that is the ultimate goal. It is the ultimate goal when we're all put here. Spread love. And I want to do that through music.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do it through music.
Will we one day see Gregory Sams' name up there, with the Michael Jacksons and the Princes? Is that also something that you're going for?
That's the plan. That's the plan. I want to be a legend, yeah. I want to be legendary.
How proud are you of how far you've come, everything you've endured, where you are, the music that you're putting out?
I'm very proud, but more humbled. Because it's not every day that you go through what I went through and become the person that I became. So I'm humble. I'm humble and sure more than I am